Hi guys, how you doing? I feel like I haven't been on in forever. I know I was on briefly to draw the name for the Confessions of a Tarot Addict. And my soul sister Jennifer won, which, yeah, it was so great. I have to say that I really almost had to talk her into accepting, and I knew I was going to have to, but it was very fair. I really literally folded up everyone's names right on camera. I had my husband draw it, and so I really felt like, you know, the universe spoke, and she was the one that was supposed to get it. So the painting is done, and actually we're sending it out tomorrow. So I can't wait to see Jennifer's reaction because I love it. I almost said to Peter, we can't let this go. I want it. But I have my beautiful wall back here, so I'll be okay. So this is, I just wanted to wrap up the Confessions tag by kind of just showing, and I know because this table is not quite as tall as this, you can't show, so I'll try to show one by one how bad or how good. You know, at this point I'm really thinking I work very hard in my life, and I feel like sometimes the universe just comes around, and this is the reward that I give to myself. There's a lot of things I don't do that other people do. I don't get my hair done. My husband does my hair all the time. I don't buy a lot of shoes. I don't buy a lot of makeup. So this is my vice, and you know, we all have our own. So I really do feel like, even though this seems like a lot all at once, but I really enjoyed myself, and I feel like I will get to know these decks each individually one by one. So the Tarot of the Old Path was a little bit before I started my Confessions, but it was like a week before. So I'm kind of including that in my February roundup here. I do love that deck, and I have worked with it quite a bit in February, and I will continue to work with it. I really like that deck a lot. It's an older deck. It's one that is still available fairly easily to get, and I really like that deck. It's very pagan themed. The Zombie Tarot, I have not had a chance to work with very much, but I think it is a hilarious deck. It makes me laugh a lot, so I have pulled a couple times from it. Just, it's been a very stressful week. If you follow me on Instagram at all, we call it Go Live Week. We went live with our brand new computer system. Our entire big hospital system went to a brand new computer system on Monday. I am a super user in the system, which means I had to help train other people on it, as well as, you know, seeing the go live was the first time that we were able to see the system too. So it was kind of a learning experience and also training other people. So it's been a very long week, and it's only Wednesday. I can't believe it. But it's gone very well. I'm exhausted though. You know, who knew that learning something new would tire you out quite so much. And I know I had a point to that. I've been leaning on my tarot a lot this week already, so it's been very good to have some new interesting tarot to lean on to show me the way sometimes. Tarot of the Vampires. I have hardly used this at all, but I kind of say this as a darker deck for me. Now, there are times that I will pull from it anyways. I know I love this deck. I've seen many, many, many reviews from it, and I look forward to using that a lot more. In combination, I will be using all three Oracle quantities, which I did get all three. And I will be using them in combination with the Antique Anatomy Tarot. I have not had a chance really to use them a lot, although I have used Oracle of the Oddities before, the other two editions, which I have. This came yesterday, so this is a little unboxing, even though I'm not going to do a whole lot with it, but this was Brian Cormack's fault. I ordered the Spiral Tarot. Based on the cards that he showed were absolutely gorgeous, and so I thank him for turning me on to this deck, which again is an older deck, but I really like the artistry, and now I will be on the hunt for the book, which apparently is very hard to find. I will not be paying $100 for it, I guarantee it. I'll just have to be patient and keep, you know, looking at my sites there and get to it. The Soul Trees Self-Discovery Oracle deck, I did pull out and have been using it with my Guardian Tarot, and they work together beautifully. They are both tree-themed decks. You can take a look at my unboxing for this deck and take a look. They just, wow, do they really, really complement each other beautifully. You see the trees in here, and then pull any card out from this deck, and they complement each other beautifully. So I have all week actually been taking both of these decks with me, and have been pulling from both of these decks all week, and has been very powerful readings. So I really am liking them together. Yeah, it's been wonderful. Of course, we have the Pamela Coleman Smith RWS deck, which I love the coloring of. There's some gorgeous oranges and yellows and purples and some beautiful colors. So that's a great Rider-Waite-Smith clone. The other Rider-Waite-Smith clone deck that I got was the Albana Waite, which very 70s, the bright greens and the oranges for the wands, and very colorful. I really am enjoying pulling some from that deck. The Oracle of the Echoes, just loving. I have been pairing the Oracle of the Echoes with my Witch's Tarot from Ellen Dugan. And they have been working very well together. There's a couple other decks that I think this deck will work wonderful with. But so far, that's the deck that I have been pairing it with and am loving it. I got the mini version of the Wild Kuan Yin. Love, love, love. The imagery there is just spectacular. I'm trying to skip around here because there's a couple that I'm saving. My hooker deck, the Visconti Golden Tarot, is just, I have actually been using some of these for altar cards on my altar, because they are just such stunning images. And, you know, they are the gold bling deck, so this from hereafter will always be called my hooker deck. And I absolutely adore it. And I really can't wait to work with it more. As soon as I get a little bit more time and I stop some of the other projects that I'm doing, I'm going to pull out Tom Benjamin's book, and I am going to start on the Pips. I was hoping to be able to do it for March of the Pips, but I think with this Go Live thing and stuff, it was just too much all at once, and I was kind of overwhelming myself, so that did not happen. The Ancient Feminine Wisdom of Goddesses and Heroines. I will be pulling this deck out more. I really like the deck. I originally bought it mostly for sacred feminine and goddess work, and altar cards and specific spells and that kind of thing. So I haven't worked with it very much yet, but I have its purpose down in my head, and I know I will be working with it. I also got the Llewellyn Tarot when I went to Virginia. This was one of the purchases I got in Virginia, which I really like. It's very Arthurian and Camelot and Avalon, that kind of thing. So I had to have that in my repertoire there for sacred feminine work, for work with the Avalon. I am a sister of I'm in the Sisterhood of Avalon, and really love that group, and I love working with the Avalon traditions. I did, let's see, we're still, the Hirohita Tarot. I have not worked with a lot. They're still in order. I edged the deck in black, though, which really turned out beautifully, and just popped the cards, I think, that much better. This deck is stunning, stunning images in this deck. I'm really impressed and thrilled to start working with it. So that is great. The Power of Flowers, an Archetypal Journey Through Nature. That's one of the decks I'm going to be pulling out either in March, although in March it's a little early, even though we're going to be doing Ostara in a couple weeks. In New York, it doesn't feel very springy yet, usually, with Ostara. We get a couple nice days, but we still have lots of snow and stuff, so it's kind of am saving this for spring. When spring hits, I'll be really pulling this out. So it could be a little bit in March, but more probably towards April. I also did finally get my hands on the Marshmallow Marseille. Cute little deck. I'm really glad I got it. When I start working on Tom Benjamin's book, I will be pulling that out much, much more. And I also, one of the new purchases that I haven't really talked about very much is I finally got the Sassy Burrito. The Sasur Burrito, not Burrito, yeah, Beto deck. I'm always going to call it the Sassy Burrito deck. Loving, I wasn't sure. It took me a long time to jump on board with this deck. And just, I really like the imagery in this deck. I will say the one caveat that I have to that is that her box is her, I'm assuming it's a her, it might not be. Her box is very tight. The top is very tight onto the bottom. And I had a really super hard time getting the bottom from the top. And I even nicked it a little bit. Trying, because I put a little butter knife in there to try to pry open the sides a little bit. And it took me quite a while to get it off. I'm not going to try to do it here. But it is very tight. And so in the future editions, I hope she considers, you know, making sure that the box is a little bit easier to open so you're not, you know, denting the box or nicking the box at all, just trying to open it even. So once I start working with this deck, I will probably put it in a pouch. So I don't have to worry about that at all anymore. And of course it comes with a lovely book. The second edition, the thing that finally made me jump on it, even though I love the images and stuff, the thing that finally made me jump on it was that people were saying that the second edition was a little bit better cardstock. And to me, cardstock is everything. So I finally took the plunge, and I'm really, really glad I did. Finally, I wanted to say a quick thank you and a attaboy type thing to Everyday Magic. I think I told you the story in the original that I bought 3 decks from Everyday Magic, and one of them was not going to be in for a couple weeks because they were out of stock of the Antique Anatomy. I bought the Antique Anatomy, the Oracle of the Oddities, the 3rd edition, and I bought the Anima Mundi Tarot. And they were out of stock of the Antique Anatomy, and she had told me that it was going to take a couple weeks. She gave me an option of, you know, waiting and paying a different postage later, or waiting the couple weeks and sending them all together. I told her it'll be a good lesson in patience for me, and it ended up not being even a week. I think it 4 or 5 days, and I had gotten my order already. The only thing was with the Anima Mundi Tarot is that one of the cards came damaged, and I don't think I said that at first because I did a real quick walkthrough. I think when I first opened it up, I just kind of took a quick peek. But the Two of Wands, Ace of Wands, here we go. The Two of Wands has almost like a little bite mark out of it, out of the top. So if you look at the back here, just had a little ding at the top, which to me, even though it's not a big deal, and I will like hang this card up and use it or something for something else, what I was worried about is I would always see that in the deck and know what it was. And I didn't want to, I didn't want that. I didn't want to know what a card was all the time, you know, because it can do funny things to your conscience when you're drawing cards. So I actually got a hold of Everyday Magic, which is where I got it. And I said, you know, I was thinking about getting a hold of the publisher, you know, or the creator of the deck, which is Megan Wire-Wedden. Do you think that's the route I should go? And I gave her pictures of the card, and I said, you know, I'd certainly be willing to pay for a replacement card. I know sometimes that stuff happens. She got right back to me. She said, you know, yes, absolutely, get a hold of her. I will forward this along and let her know that you got it from us. And I said, thank you very much. And within an hour, the creator, Megan, had gotten back to me and said she would just send me out a replacement card, not to even worry about it. She put it right in the mail. I got my replacement card very shortly thereafter with no charge. It's in perfect condition. You know, she wrapped it right up for me so that it's a perfect card. My replacement card came, and I cannot be more happy. And I said to the owner of Everyday Magic and in an email to Megan that I would be mentioning that on my channel and making a big deal out of it, because, you know, in our group for Love of Cards and everywhere, we often hear of horror stories about some deck creators that, you know, you're waiting forever for your deck, or it gets lost in shipping, and they're like, sucks to be you. And the amount of detail and love and light that goes into having good customer service is absolutely amazing. I'm so impressed with Everyday Magic, with the creator, Megan, of the Anima Mundi Tarot, that I will be a lifelong fan now. I will go to Everyday Magic as much as I can to buy decks because she treated me so well. That kind of customer service, you know, you can't pay enough for. As far as I'm concerned, and they didn't even charge me for, you know, sending me out a replacement card. They were right on it. That makes such a huge difference, that they have, you know, gained a lifelong customer for sure. So, yay. You know, it just has been a wonderful February. It's been fun for me. I got a great bumper sticker that I have to go out and put on my car, but I'm going to wait till spring, so hopefully the salt doesn't kill it. It's been a great February, and, you know, now that March is here, and we have gone live with my computer system there, I'm really looking forward to March. I think actually after this video I'm going to go up and set up my Ostara altar, which I started to do a little bit. I pulled some stuff out, but I really just, this computer system thing has just been a whole lot of mental work, and so I haven't really taken the time to do that. And now that it's finally gone live, I really feel like, finally I can maybe think about, you know, the magical side of life without, you know, the stuff that I was doing up until now for the last couple weeks have really been very basic tarot pulls. I haven't been inducing a lot of magic in my life because so much of my energy has been focused on this Go Live thing. So now that that has been done, I can really kick myself back into overdrive with my magic works. And, you know, I want to get some stuff on Etsy. I can't wait to go back to, I've terribly missed for the last 2 weeks. We haven't done our wands study. So this Saturday will be the 7 in Wands. And I can't wait to get back to it. It's felt like a year since we've done it. So I'm sorry that I had to postpone, but, you know, I really feel like I was able to spread my energies out thin, but, you know, strong enough that it didn't break. So here we are. That was the February wrap up here, and well into March. And so I'll be doing some Ostara videos also. And I got some great ideas for some stuff to come. So I hope you guys join me. And blessings, and have a great week. And I know my week is halfway through and going well. Blessings.